Hi everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good day to everybody joining us today. I have the pleasure today to introduce Rahul Raut, who is the director at McDermott Alpha Electronic Solutions, and today he will tell us about ultra low temperature solders for flexible hybrid electronics. Rahul, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Christoph. So, thank you for giving us the opportunity to discuss solders for the flexible hybrid electronics. So, before going into the details, what I would like to do was little bit give some overview and lay out the structure for the presentation. So, first, we would like to discuss maybe one or two slides on some of the technology drivers and the need for the flexible printed electronics, flexible hybrid electronics, and especially the need for the low temperature solders to enable very high volume sophisticated assemblies into FPCBs. Then what I would like to do is cover a little bit, give aspects into the ultra low temperature solders. And when we talk about solders, there are three or four different things typically we cover. First is we are a vertically integrated company, so I would like to show maybe one or two slides on the alloy development itself for some of the low temperature solders. This is the first time some of the soldering companies are looking into this, and this is really the first time we are bringing, or anyone in the market has brought solders that enable soldering below 150 degrees C. Then once the alloy and powder are done, then comes the chemistry or the formulation development. So I will cover some of the product development part, and most importantly then comes the reliability part, such as the electrical reliability, thermal cycling, those aspects. Aspects we have a detailed presentations, but in 20 minutes we'll not be able to cover. But in the TBs and others, in the backup slides, we have those that the viewers of TechBreak will be able to review and refer to also. And then product summary, and then bringing a more of a ecosystems approach to the flexible hybrid electronics. So I will also cover few slides with our strategic partnerships with some of the key partners. I will cover those also in the end, and then we will wrap up and open up for questions. So that's the content and flow of my presentation. So why is it critical to bring some of the ultra low temperature solders into the flexible PCB assembly? So if you see whether it's a consumer electronics, whether it's a white goods, automotive, wearable, medical, LED, lightings, and lots of emerging application, we are seeing more and more use of flexible printed circuits or FPCBs. Why is that? Because if you look at any of our consumer electronics and others, we are seeing thinner and lighter devices. And the one key thing is that enables to have thinner and lighter devices is the use of flexible PCB. Nextflex and some of our other teams have shown that there is almost 60 to 70% weight reduction if you move from a rigid FR4 PCB to a flexible PCB. In addition, there are less standoffs if you move from a FR4 like laminate PCB to flexible PCB as well. So there are tremendous opportunities, benefits in lightweighting, in making the devices thinner and lighter, and we will see more and more use of flexible PCBs due to this. Same things are driving into the white goods, especially for better HMI like applications, nice shapes. Similar thing if you look into the automotive cockpit, we are seeing more and more revolution happening in the in-cabin automotive cockpit, and we are seeing more use of flexible PCBs for LED lightings, luminairas, even for the outdoor lighting. Also, we are seeing more and more use of flexible PCBs for nice contoured shapes. Similar things are happening if most of us are wearing wearable devices, and we will see more and more use of flexible PCBs into wearables, into medical electronics. When we say medical electronics, there are almost two or three different applications, such as like disposable medical patches, and some which could be much longer term, like the diabetic patches, and those also are leveraging use of flexible PCBs. Similar things we are seeing into contoured lighting, nice luminairas. uh, so thus, if you look into a broad breadth of products into the electronics, starting with consumers, white goods, automotive, medical, we will see more thinner, lighter devices, better next generation 3D HMI interfaces, and a lot of those could be enabled with the use of flexible PCBs. Thus, we see there is a